I think it's important to hear from some of these government workers as well. So we did a little research to find some videos of them kind of sharing their stories. We're gonna quickly go through these videos. The first one features a TSA agent who's working with no pay.
It creates a big distraction. Our primary focus is on security, and we have to be, 100% focused on that. And having to think about where your next paycheck is going to come from, or if it's going to come at all, is a huge distraction for everybody. So I'm sure at some level it takes our edge away.
There you have it. A TSA agent doesn't seem like he's particularly happy about what's going on, and doesn't seem like he's happy about making adjustments. Here is a furloughed IRS agent.
I sat up like till 3 o'clock last night trying to figure out, well, what's getting ready to come out next week? I can't let that come out next week because all else failed. The mortgage has to be paid. The heat has to stay on. I'm not in any danger, but right now, I don't know what February, are we going into February? Then that changes the game altogether.
So a lot of financial instability for these government workers because of what's happening. And then finally, one more federal worker on CNN who's explaining that she's not expecting a paycheck on Friday, and she doesn't even know who she would turn her hours into, who to turn them to in order to get paid. Take a look.
The pay period of the 16th through the 31st, I had 63 hours that we did work before the shutdown, and I have not been able to submit my timesheet that I know of because there's no one to approve it in the office where I work.
But remember, guys, Trump can relate to them, and they'll make adjustments. It's not that big of a deal.
Although there's a part of that story that I'm amused by because remember, they were broken down into essential government workers and non-essential, which has already been insulting. But of the 800,000, 420,000 are considered essential. Apparently, she's among them, the last person that you saw there. But her boss is not. Because she doesn't have anybody to turn it into. She's like, well, I gotta work, but my boss is so non-essential, he's not here. So, or she's not here, I don't know. Anyway, now putting that aside, there's a reason why a lot of people have stopped showing up to work. For example, 170 TSA agents have not gone into work at JFK. And now that is spreading to more and more airports. Dallas-Fort Worth is having a significant problem. People not showing up to work is up to 200% to 300% among TSA agents. And of course, what's the right wing gonna say? Oh, bums, they won't come into work. They won't come into work for free, that's interesting. Okay, now they might or might not get their check later. We hope that they do get it, but that's not why they're not coming in. And I have to confess that I didn't get it until I was reading, of all things, a Wall Street Journal article. The main reason they're not coming in is because they don't have money, so they have to go get another job. So, for example, Robert Suter, who's 36, is a market analyst for the Office of Natural Resources. He's a market analyst. You know what he's doing right now? Driving an Uber. Because he's got to get food for his family. So he's like, I can't show up to work because I got to work for a living. So
it's crazy, it
right?
really is.
And so I knew that people were gonna struggle, obviously, and we talked about it endlessly on the show. But I didn't think about the second part, which is a lot of people are not coming in because they can't afford the babysitter anymore. So then they gotta take care of their kids because they have no money for the babysitter.
Yep.
Or they have no money for daycare or preschool. They don't have any, so because they don't have a check, Remember, we've told you this a lot on the program because no one else will tell you, okay? 40% of Americans cannot withstand a $400 blow to their finances. They'll have to sell things off or go into debt, okay? Because we don't have any money saved up because our wages are disastrously low, right? So that's why they're going to have to drive Ubers and can't afford the babysitters, etc. And now, the right wing, of course, then turn around and blame them, right? No, but they didn't cause the problem. You know who did? Donald Trump said it when he was in the White House with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. He said, I'll shut the government down. It'll be the Trump shutdown, and I'll do it to get the wall, which only a quarter of the country wants. 3/4 don't want to shut down over the wall. So as usual, he defies the will of the American people over and over again and hurts so many Americans in the process, all for his own ego. Even if he got the $5 billion for the wall, it'd be a tiny percentage of the money that he needs for the overall wall, which he's never gonna get. It's all symbolic, it's all for his ego. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.